Hi, my loves. I'm Pia. I'm an astrologer and manifestation coach. And on this channel, I'm talking all about magic, manifestation, astrology, tarot, and whatnot. So I'm happy to have you here. In this video today, I'm going into the term self-concept and why it is so important that we work on our self-concept, especially for our manifestation process. Why self-concept is actually the most important part about manifesting, and how to actually change your self-concept so that you are, attracting things with ease, but most important, that you just feel good within yourself, so that you are vibrating on a level, or experience life on a level where you feel like joy, where you feel excited about life, where you feel like you're waking up in the morning and you just feel excited about your life. All right, so let's dive into this video. And the first question I'm going to answer is, what is self-concept? So our self-concept basically are all the beliefs that we hold of ourselves. It's what we believe we are worthy to receive in terms of money. It's what we believe how easy it is for us to receive love from other people. It is all about how beautiful we see ourselves to be. It's all about what we think of ourselves, what we deeply think and believe about ourselves and about our life. And that can, we have a different self-concept in all kind of different areas. So, for example, one person has a very high self-concept of them when it comes to money. So they attract a lot of money, they are in a good position when it comes to money, they have a healthy relationship with money, and then but then they struggle, for example, in love, because they have a very low self-concept when it comes to love. So they might always be in really, toxic relationships, because they just don't feel deserving of a real, true, deep love. So there's like a lot of different areas in our lives where we have a specific self-concept, specific beliefs about ourselves, how, how much we can actually receive in that kind of area, how worthy we are to receive in that kind of area. And most of the time, our self-concept is, based on, first of all, the stories we come into this life with. So it's also based on past life experiences and what our soul wants to kind of break through in this lifetime. So maybe we had very bad experiences in past lives, and we are already coming in with that self-concept of, for example, that we always feel, that's one of mine actually, we always felt like the outsider, and we are already coming in with that belief that we are always being the outsider, and we are somehow, there's something wrong within us, and that's why we always feel like we are like not part of the group. So maybe you had, for example, experiences in past lives that dictate that. And then also, obviously, you are coming into this life with that. And then also this life is going to shape your beliefs, especially the first 7 years of your childhood. You are very open as a child, and you are basically, you're taking your whole environment, you're taking it in, and you're taking in the beliefs that your parents are giving you, you're taking in all the beliefs that, your surrounding is giving you. And based on that, you have a certain self-concept in your areas of life. And what we want to remember is that we are, of course, as children, we don't have a choice. We are taking in whatever is given to us. But as an adult, we understand that we have the power to create our lives the way we want to. And so we get to understand that we are able to change the self-concept that we have about ourselves. And I believe we actually also come into this life to do exactly that. I believe we are coming as souls into this life to really work through our limitations, to really let go of old stories about who we are and write new stories for ourselves. And I can see that, I'm an astrologer. I can see that in an astrology chart, most of the time I can see what the old stories are that a person has and how they are going to, in this lifetime, break through those old limitations and old stories and write a new story for themselves by having new experiences and also giving meaning, giving a different meaning to those experiences. So especially, if you are somebody who is very conscious, who is very self-aware, and who is very, self-aware, you might be somebody who has a huge soul mission in this lifetime. You might be somebody who is breaking and who is like working through a lot of your past limitations. I believe that if you are really on this path of self-development and spiritual path, that you have come into this life as a soul who really wants to go into the depth of your being, and you want to really realize that everything you believe about yourself is changeable. You can change every belief that you have about yourself. And the reason why self-concept and doing this work is so essential is because our reality is a mirror of our inner reality. So our outer reality is a mirror of our inner reality. That means that whatever you believe about yourself is going to be reflected in your outside world. Let me give you an example. If you are somebody who believes that, I am never getting what I want, let's say, I'm never getting what I want, I always end up, things always end up not working for me. You will find evidence in your reality that this is the case, even though there might be circumstances or situations where the opposite is the case. You won't see them. Your mind won't see them. Your mind will only focus on the circumstances, the situations in your outer reality that back up your inner beliefs. So if you are somebody who thinks, I'm never going to be a part of the group, I'm never going to feel really included, I'm never going to feel belonging, you will attract situations where this belief is going to be reflected back to you. So you might go to a birthday party, you might go to a festival with friends, and somehow you feel always like, even though you might try hard to not be the outsider, you will always find yourself feeling like the outsider anyways, because you have that belief about yourself. So if that's the case, then the first thing you want to do is understand, what are your beliefs truly? What is at the core of your self-concept? So you can do this for different kind of areas. You can you can write down money, relationships, friends, home, family, and you can write down what you believe about yourself. And obviously that needs a lot of like space for introspection. Some of the things are also not going to be shown to you immediately, but I will get into how you can actually understand and see what your limiting beliefs are by manifesting. So, okay, if you want to change your self-concept, the first step is actually understanding where you actually want to go. That's the first step. So let's say your bank account is not where you want it to be. You don't earn the money yet that you want to earn. But you have a goal. You know that you actually are here for something bigger. You actually know that that this situation that you are in is not satisfying. So you are going to write down for yourself, I'm going to make, let's say, 5K a month. I'm going to make 5K a month. You're going to write that down. You're going to write down affirmations and beliefs that are in alignment with where you want to go. So maybe if you are, attracting 5K per month, what do you need to think about yourself? I'm attracting money with ease. Money is coming to me effortlessly. Money loves me. I love my work, and that's why so many people are booking my services. And I attract money with ease. I attract 5K with ease. I don't know, be creative. Like, think about what would the person that earns 5K naturally think about themselves? Naturally, what would they think about themselves? And maybe they just know that they are going to make that 5K, what would this person, if you, and you can feel into that, you always have the ability to feel into the version of yourself that makes 5K per month. You always have that ability to connect to that version of yourself that makes those 5K. So feel into the energy of that version of yourself and write down the beliefs that this version of yourself might think. And when you are doing that, make yourself, first of all, have a routine for yourself that really puts you in that state every day. Things are going to change slowly if you are creating habits for yourself, that you are putting yourself in that state, because everything we are at the core, everything we believe at the core, we are going to attract in the outside world. But there's always like this delay in the manifestation process. There's always this delay. And sometimes we especially if we have like very limiting beliefs at the core of our being, it takes a little bit longer to install new ones, to install new beliefs that actually fit on, that actually align with that version that you want to head towards. So create a ritual for you, create one moment in your day where you are like feeling into the version of yourself that already has whatever it is you desire. And with this habit, you are actually creating something new. You are rewriting your own story. What most people are not aware of is that obviously with leveling up, with leveling up your self-concept, you might and you will encounter situations and circumstances that are here to trigger those old emotions that you actually need to release in order to get to your new version. So let's say you want to attract those 5K per month, but you believe about yourself within yourself that that money is scarce, that money is, the more money you have, you actually get more scared because you hold the belief that you are not good with money, that, maybe you had experiences in your past, in your childhood, where your parents told you that you are not good with money, or something happened and you just installed that belief within yourself that you're not good with money. So obviously, if you are believing that you are not good with money, that you can't be trusted with money, that you are not trusting yourself with money, so your system wouldn't be smart to actually attract that money. So what you need to do is actually change that belief within yourself that you are not good with money. And how you're doing that is by, first of all, affirming new stories, as I said in the beginning. And then, as I said, over time, you will encounter circumstances where your old beliefs are surfacing. And that's the moment, that's the magic, that's where the magic happens. And so many people are not understanding that. And I get it, because I also didn't understand it. But the moment when your old belief is surfacing is the moment where you have the chance to change everything. It's not the affirmations before. The affirmations before, the new stories that you are imprinting in your subconscious, are bringing up those old beliefs in order for you to see them, because obviously there's a dissonance, right? This new thinking of yourself that you want to install, and those old beliefs that are still in your system, they need to come, it needs to come together in order to be released. Your old stories need to come up in order to be released. So what's happening is that you are encountering those old stories, and that's where the magic happens. And the most important part here is to feel, We have been taught feeling is actually dangerous, that if we actually allow our feelings to be there, that something bad happens. Because as children, a lot of us, especially if you are in the generation of me and also our parents, of course, because otherwise they wouldn't have acted the same way. We have been taught to not feel our feelings, to not express our feelings, because they are inconvenient. Sometimes, especially the uncomfortable feelings, are inconvenient for the physical plane here, and for life to, we are programmed to have everything under control, and feelings are not controllable. So that's why so many people are fearing their own feelings, because they can't control them and they try to suppress them. But what actually happens is that they're holding themselves back from really being and becoming the version of themselves that they are actually here to be. So with feeling your feelings, but giving your feelings and these old stories a new meaning. If you are in this moment where you are like, you have this moment again, and you think to yourself, oh my God, I'm so bad with money. And then this feeling of shame, comes up in your body. Let the shame be there. Let it be there. Write down whatever you feel. Write down whatever you feel. Whatever you think while you feel. And really let yourself be in this state. Let it be there. And then I want you to see this moment as an inner child of yourself that comes up. I want you to look at this little child as your own child and speak to it with love. Speak to it with love. Let it feel its feelings, but Be the parent that you actually wanted to experience as a child. Be the parent that tells you, baby, it's all going to be okay. You are worthy of receiving money. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of all the things you desire. In this moment, when your inner child is screaming and kicking, hug it, give it love. And that's the moment where the magic happens, because your inner child is understanding that it's safe, that whatever happens, you are going to be there. You are not abandoning your inner child because it feels what it feels. And so this new version of yourself is going to emerge, and you can just, yeah, it's almost like the more you are like working with your inner child together, the less you suppress it, and the more you are connecting with your inner child, seeing all those beliefs for what they are. They are just old stories. Stories you have inherited from your parents, stories you have brought into this life from your past life, but they are stories. They are not defining you. So see them for what they are, stories, and allow yourself to be that compassionate parents that you actually craved for as a child. And the more you're doing it, you're more and more becoming that version of yourself that is actually so safe, that feels so safe with money, that feels so good with money, that feels so deserving, because now you are becoming that parent that actually can see that those stories are just stories, those feelings are just feelings, that they don't define you, that you are able to write a new script about yourself. So I hope that makes sense. And these feelings, these stuck feelings that are old versions of ourselves, we need to feel them in order to release them. And that's why actually manifesting is actually so beautiful, because it's never about the manifestation itself. It's never about you receiving the 5K per month. It's about the version you are becoming. You're becoming the more loving towards yourself. You're becoming more, you're becoming more compassionate with yourself. You are, yeah, you're just this loving and empathetic and compassionate version of yourself that feels truly deserving of all the beautiful pleasures of life. How amazing is that? How amazing is that when you are becoming that version of yourself? And so that's why I always want you to know, even if I'm talking a lot about manifesting stuff, about manifesting things like a house or like money or whatever it is, know that it's never about the thing itself. It's always about you becoming the version of yourself that you are truly meant to be, that your soul craves to be. It's all about that. And if you're only focusing on the goal, and if you're not seeing yourself becoming that version, and if you're not enjoying that manifestation process, this process where you are becoming softer and softer and more open and more excited about life and more receiving of all the beautiful things in your life, if you're not able to be present with that, if you're not able to see it, what is the manifestation even for? In the end, if you're only looking at the goal, and that's why so many successful people are so exhausted and dissatisfied, because they were always looking on the goal. They were always like focusing on the goal, never about the process itself. That's why they feel so empty when they reach the goal. And that's another thing about manifesting. Yes, we have to have the vision in mind, as I said in the beginning. Write down who that version is. Write down what you want to believe. Have your goal in mind, but also be present with where you are and allow yourself to take in the moment as much as possible. take in every moment as much as possible. And I know it's so fucking hard because I know it myself. It's one of the most hardest things I believe in life is to be present with our now, with the now. But it's the most fulfilling because there's only the now. The future doesn't exist, the past doesn't exist anymore. There's only this now moment. So allow yourself to feel truly fulfilled in this now moment. And that's how we are manifesting in a way that is actually, substantial. It's fulfilling. That's the manifestation that is fulfilling, truly fulfilling, if we are focusing on the now. All right, my loves, I think that video is complete for now. I loved doing this video because it's actually on my mind for a while, but I think I had to really sit in this message before I could share it with you. Please leave me a comment if you liked the video. Please give this video a like if you like this video. It helps me so much to see you. It helps me so much to have feedback from you. If you like my videos, I would so appreciate if if you can share that with me, and that would be amazing. And I'm also an astrologer. As I said, I'm giving astrology readings. I'm also going to have a new program coming up. Like it's a long-term program where we are meeting once a month, and we are really working on your self-concept, on developing a self-concept that actually truly fulfills, aligned with your soul's desires, where you feel like excited and fulfilled and satisfied in the manifestation process. So if you feel called to do that with me, then reach out to me as well. I'm going to share more about this the next weeks, but I would love, if you feel called, if you feel like resonating with that, then please reach out to me. And without further ado, I would say let's wrap up this video. I send you so much love, and I see you in my next one. Bye, love.